Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today is day 69 of our 100 days of knit stitches. And today's stitch is called a daisy stitch. However, I have found a couple of different patterns that are called a daisy stitch. So I will be doing another one called a daisy stitch, but today's stitch, you want to cast on in multiples of 10 plus 8. So I went ahead and I cast on 18 stitches, and I'm using Lion brand Woolies thick and quick yarn with size 11 knitting needles. I already did rows 1 through 14, and I'm going to do row 15 so I can show you how to do the daisy stitch. It's a lot of repeat rows of knits and purls with this daisy stitch in between, and it's going to be alternating. So I'm going to have one daisy stitch here in between my two. All right, so, and I kind of cheat a little bit. I use a crochet hook. You don't have to, but I've just found that it's a little bit easier to do that. So row 15, we're going to knit the first 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now on this stitch to create, this is where we're going to start our daisy stitch. So we're going to make a daisy. So we want to go over 2 stitches and down 3. So there's a bar, that bar right there. In between those 2 stitches, we want to go down 3 of those. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to bring our crochet hook, and you can do this with a knitting needle. I just found that this, using my crochet hook, I don't stretch out my stitches so much. So I'm going to pull that through and put it on my hook, my left needle, and I'm just going to slip it over to my right, and I don't want that to be too tight. So I'm just going to slip it over there as if I used my knitting needle, or my knitting needle to create it. All right, so we created one extension of the daisy. So now we're going to knit 2 stitches, and we're going to create our middle petal, I guess. So we're going to go back into that same hole, and I'm going to grab my yarn and I'm going to pull it through the hole and slip it on that needle, and I'm going to pull it to where it just feels like there's no tension on both sides, and then I'm going to knit 2 stitches and repeat. So we're going to put the crochet hook in the same hole. We're going to grab the yarn, pull it through the hook, slip it over onto that needle. Actually, we'll go ahead and slip it over. Then we can create our tension for it, because we don't want it too loose or too tight. Now, on this one here, so I want, if you can see that, I don't want to twist my stitch so that it lays open. That one I think might be twisted. All right, and then we're going to just finish knitting the rest of this row. So we're going to knit 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and because I'm already at the end of my row, there's knit 1 stitch at the end. All right, so now we're ready for row 16, and we're going to decrease the daisy stitches that we created. So we're going to purl 2, and then we're going to start our repeat, but we're going to purl 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to purl that first daisy petal into the stitch. We're going to purl 1, purl 2 together, purl 1, and then we're going to purl 2 together, and then we're going to purl the last 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll look at the front here. So then you can see how those come together. So we purled, increased 3, and we decreased those 3. So that is what the daisy stitch looks like, with a lot of knit stitches in between, which is absolutely, I love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's new stitch, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.